rewards have ended. No. I love logging in every day to be able to get these rewards. Now they've finally ended. This is like the first time I've logged in and not being able to get any rewards. Oh yeah, hello everybody, my name is Aceface. I am actually going to do some of these new Winter Nexus sites, but I'm actually going to do it in a different ship. It's a ship that was actually gifted to me actually by a really generous guy called ZachMa. He gave me this ship and I fitted it then with some very high DPS weaponry, some serious DPS that will actually take out these ships in almost like a one-shot, the enemy ships, like you know, the frigates, if I can webify them enough. And also we kill the battleship really fast. And before we even undock right here, I need to do one thing. I actually have to just turn down the megaphone in the station because I don't like it. It's too loud. Okay, good. So this ship here, the Vindicator, it's one of the highest DPS ships in the game, like by far, or at least compared to many typical ships or battleships of its class. It's very easy to achieve extremely high DPS levels due to the fact that Neutron blasters, they do like inherently a lot of DPS. The only problem is they have a very short range, but they're also, the Vindicator does a lot of damage because it has the ability to fire 5 heavy drones. So all in all, it's a DPS chainsaw. But the only thing is that, first off, it's not got the best tank. I mean, it can have a decent tank on it, but it's not got the best tank. Also, it is like when it comes to the blasters, you've not got the good range, so you have to get really close to actually do that DPS. So it's not the most easiest applicable DPS. Torpedoes, on the other hand, suffer similar like problem, is that they have a short range, so it's harder to apply them. But they do a lot of damage up close. The only thing is, like, if you're on a ship there's range bonuses like the Barghest or something, then you have really good range as well, with like you can have up to 50-kilometer range actually. So that is actually a good alternative for torpedoes. But you can actually do still more DPS with the blasters that the Vindicator has, and the only thing is you have a little bit shorter range. But if I do spawn on the enemy battleship, then I will actually very easily be able to outcomplete basically every single ship in the game. This is just a big assumption though, because I have to actually travel close to the enemy battleship to be able to do damage. So if it's far away, there'll be a lot of wasted time, and I'll probably get outcompeted. But we're going to do this Vindicator with a twist. It's not just any old fitted Tech 2 Neutron Blaster Cannon 2s fitted to this thing. No, we're going polarized, boys. We're going polarized. We are going polarized, because we are going to do the sick DPS, 2.2k DPS. This is like taking like a Thor hammer, just whipping the NPCs right at them if I come in range. If you think of that Barghest as like a machine gun, this is like taking a Thor hammer on the face of the NPCs. So we got the short range, 10-kilometer fall off, 5-kilometer optimal, obviously really bad, but we do one-shot the frigates. We do almost one-shot the cruisers, or at least kill them very fast. The frigates, I have to make sure that their velocity is slowed, because you can see here the Vindicator also gets a very good bonus to the webifiers, but it takes a bit of time to spool down the velocity. So I have to wait a few seconds usually of webifying until I actually am able to one-shot the NPCs. But since we're going polarized, you can see here, 0% resistances. Well, obviously not going to be so tanky. So instead of putting a resistance module, which I would usually do, I'm putting a shield boost amplifier just to amplify shielding. I'm just using an A-type X-Light shield booster. I just had it lying around in my hangar. So I'm going to use this, and then because of the shield boost amplifier is the only thing that will be able to amplify the shield booster. Multi-spectrum shield hardener won't be able to, because it's just the polarized weapons make your resistances to 0. So you can see here we're getting some decent HP per second, some 448 HP per second. So I think that is some decent tank as well. And it doesn't take really long to kill the NPCs, so we won't have to tank much long. And that's why I'm not cap stable, because I don't need to be cap stable. The main thing is that I am able to just use my shield booster for a few minutes, or a minute or so, with enough time to just kill the NPC battleship, and then I'll be all good. You can see here, if I simulate it, I turn off my MWD, I have 1 minute and 30 seconds. So, I mean, it's not a whole lot of time, but we can also pulse it because we have really high shield boosting capabilities. I'm actually, right now, I'm using even some crystal implants that boost my shield capabilities. So this will be a bit higher than you guys who simulate the fit yourselves. So you can see here, it's got some pretty decent shield boosting capabilities. I don't have that much issues with tank. Actually, I am able to tank the size just fine. So we're going to undock here, take 2.2k DPS on the Santra guys, unleash on the Santra guys. And you know what? if we do spawn on top of the battleship, we can then outcompete people pretty easily. You know, we've got to 2.2k DPS, but if we really want to go hardcore, overheat, 2.5k DPS. This is a carrier level DPS we got right here. 2.5k DPS. And the thing is, we even Tech 2 fit. You see this? Tech 2, Tech 2, Tech 2, Tech 2, Tech 2, Tech 2, Tech 2. We're not even got any faction modules here. So we could actually have even made this even more powerful if we had put the faction modules. You could actually even get more than 2.5k DPS. But we've got lots of fresh sites to be fresh, to be harvested. It's just been downtime since I recorded this, or started recording this. So I think that a lot of sites have been spawned. Now, I don't exactly know how the mechanics work, but I think that they have spawned a few more sites now that it's downtime. So we're going to go in here, and we probably won't have too much issues. The only people I can see outcompeting me are people, if I spawn really far away, and we're up against really high DPS competition, like a Rattlesnake, Barghest. They'll be able to do damage almost straight away to the NPC battleship, while me, it'll take a bit of time to actually get in range. You can see if you want to look at the DPS with the Null, if we go here, 1.4k DPS, so that's what I would usually get in like Void if I would use the standard Tech 2 blasters, but now I've got actually 1.4k DPS with the Null, actually the higher, longer range ammo. With Null, actually, I get a fall off of 20 kilometers. That is also an alternative, but I just prefer to use the Void. I love to be just sitting here deploying 2.5 or 2.2k DPS bombs on these frigates right here. And I'm gonna just boost out a little bit or MWD out a little bit. I just don't like it to be in general. When it comes to sites, mission running, doing any kind of site that involves warping to a dead space, I don't like to be in the warping because I don't want to just be close to people. I don't want people to mess around with me. I prefer that not to happen. You know, actually, what happened the other day was someone actually really trolled me real hard. So everything was destroyed in the site, and there was even so there was the NPC battleship left. The only thing is, the NPC battleship, he was almost damaged, so he was like a very little percent HP left, but there was no one there. So I was thinking, this is gonna be easy. You know, I get the free battleship. No one is even here to compete me. But I saw that there was an MTU there as well. So since the NPC battleship was already destroyed, or half destroyed, then I just took out the battleship, but it was still considered to be the owner of the guy who owned the MTU, because the guy had already like preemptively damaged that. You see that one shot right there? He had already preemptively like destroyed or damaged that battleship enough so that his right to the wreck was in his right. So he trolled me really hard right there. He didn't have to. Whoever owned the MTU, he didn't even have to. He just left the NPC there and just had me basically do the dirty work, or had to destroy the battleship. I mean, he already did a lot of the dirty work by taking down the NPC to low HP and then warping off. But because I warped in there was no one there. It was just the MTU and the damaged NPC. Okay, we're gonna approach this guy here because he's getting a bit far away from my webs. We can actually even switch to Void if we really wanted to. Let's stop using our booster. But that was just a funny experience. I don't even think the guy on purpose did it, actually, to be honest. I think he just left his MTU there, warped off in the middle of it for some reason or another. But little did he know that he actually get the right to the wreck, even though he basically didn't even like end it or didn't kill it in the end. Okay, let's approach this cruise right here. You see, we will kill these guys very fast. The only issue is that we don't have the best range. We can actually probably use Null. Actually, just use it Null. I mean, the time it takes, I think, to go will actually be compensated by the time it actually takes to, or the reduced DPS will be compensated by the time it takes to actually get there. I think. All right, there, he's dead pretty quickly. Okay, but now I'm going to switch over to Void because it's just going to be one battleship or webbing us, so I don't think it'll be too hard to get close to it. Okay, MWD on, and I'm going to already approach this guy and try and just have it already trying to approach. And there we go. This is like a perfect case where I would easily outcomplete almost anyone. Actually, we can actually just start shooting just like that. We're really close, and you see here we're taking a lot of shield damage, but it's like boop, shield boost up so much, and we can deploy our drones just to get them to get a bit of extra DPS on this guy. We can maybe even keep it range at 5 kilometers or 2.5 kilometers because we don't want to have the transversal be bad. You see the group of light neutron blasters is missing because this guy is too close to us, but you see he's dying pretty quickly. Actually, that's probably a good thing, because this actually has happened before when I've run the site. I just approach and it doesn't allow me to apply very well. So next time, actually, I'm going to just keep at range. I'm going to keep a range maybe 5 kilometers, you know, in my optimal range. I won't actually, you know, just approach like I did before. Okay, this site just disappeared right there. We can go to the next one. Pretty decent, pretty decent. Not so good loot. I've actually noticed that the sites have been not giving so good loot recently. I remember that the sites in the Blood Raider event, they gave a lot better loot, but here we don't actually get so good loot. And only the occasional booster or some good, how do you say, skin. But I've noticed that the Overseer personal effects that you would get from the Blood Raider events, that would be so much better than this, actually. It would be just a lot better, actually. So this is not the best like event, or at least not as good as the Blood Raider event. It's still good. I like this. I think it's fun. I like to do in general these events where you compete for the NPC bosses. I think it's pretty fun, especially since there's so many of them as well, so it's not so hard to find them, you know. I remember that there was this Mordu event, or not some event at least, where it was like everyone was just like in this chat room just saying, this system was where the events are, because there were just so few of them, so everyone was trying to find them. So it was. I'm glad that it's pretty easy to come across these events, and when you do find an ice storm place, you find a ton of these sites, and they always seem to respawn relatively quickly, or at least I've not noticed any of these storms that have basically none, or usually there's at least someone there. Okay, so we're gonna stop here and actually gonna maybe go with the Null here, just so we can actually no, maybe I should have gone with the Void. Yeah, I'll take out the cruisers first. Oh no, I'll take out the frigates first, because the frigates, they'll be easy. They're gonna orbit me at 500. They'll be easier to have it. Well, I'll have an easier time to take them out. I'm not doing much damage to that guy. Okay, let's webify this guy. The thing is, with Polarized, you gotta be on your toes. You're gonna be on your toes because you don't got much buffer. So because of that, you know, I have boost a lot because my shield booster, but I don't have the best amount of, you know, I don't have the best amount of buffer, so it'll go down very quickly if I don't pay much attention. Okay, there we go. Take this guy out. It would have been actually probably very favorable for me to use a Federation Navy Stasis Webifier. I probably should use that, but I couldn't be bothered to splash the cash on that. But maybe I should actually next time, because it'll give me that 14-kilometer web range, and it'll help a lot with webifying these guys. You see these guys? They're kiting me at 12 kilometers. It'll be perfect because this Federation Navy Stasis Webifier, it has a range of 14 kilometers, so it'll be pretty actually decent in taking out these sneakily kitey Sancha guys. Okay, let's approach this guy. I'm gonna deliver some Null to this guy's face. Yes, please get in range. Okay, he hits there. I think we're getting good transversal because this guy is basically trying to keep at range from us, and we're basically getting most perfect application right there. Yeah, we see. Okay, good. We can approach this guy now. And actually, I don't even need to turn the MWD on because I think I'll kill him pretty quickly. I'm just wasting capacitor. I need a lot of capacitor because I need to use quite a few shield boost cycles to be able to take out the boss. So that'll be actually something that I think will help me a little bit. Okay, but now I'm going to try doing it a little bit differently. You know, like I said before, I'm going to try keeping it at range. I'm not going to try just, you know, approaching. I'm going to try to keep it range so that I'll be able to kill stuff a lot quicker. And you know what? Just for bans, we're going to go and overheat this thing to do the full 2.5k DPS that we've got actually here. So we'll keep it range 5 kilometers. And yes. Okay, lock him up. Overheat this puppy. Like you see, this is the thing. If there are not other people here, probably I would get outcompeted just because of how this guy is so far away. So I'm not doing any DPS now. Oh, but there is someone here actually. But I don't think it'll be too bad. You know, we'll probably still be able to DPS quicker. See that? Okay, now we're going to start doing hit like a truck. Drones on him. 1 cycle actually is good. 1 cycle just to be able to get a little bit closer to that optimal range. You see, this guy is a warp again. He's thinking, oh, I gotta take it. But no, no, that's not gonna happen. You're just almost dead straight away. Okay, let's approach now. We don't need to boost so much. Okay, and we'll return the drones. He walked out straight away, didn't even bother. He's like, nah, Vindicator, I'm not gonna bother. Yeah, I understand him. Vindicator's pretty... Oh, 40 mil! 40 mil! Oh, yes, that's what I'm talking about. These boosters, actually, these can give quite a lot. So, oh, yeah, it does actually I was thinking, because one thing actually, this is for you market traders out there. You know these events that go on right here? If during these events, you'll notice that these boosters actually go down quite a bit in price. And I've noticed that as well. So that's why often when I see these things drop, I'm just like, oh, this is 20 mil, but probably it's just going to be like 3 mil or something. But to my surprise, it was 23 million right here. I was very happy about that. So we've got some dank ticks right there. Dank ticks is what I can say. Alright, I think that's enough size for now. I'm going to go to Jita, and you know what? I think it's time to give away those Astera skins that I talked about earlier this week. Or end of last week. Alright guys, I'm back in Jita, and it's time to announce the winners of this giveaway. They've been chosen, and let's then announce the lucky winners. The people who are going to get the Astero Syndication skin. This one right here. You see it's going for quite a pretty penny actually. 1 billion each. 3 of them are going to be given away to these people. Boom. These guys right here. Orege 6, Dennis McKenna, and Alistair Thaler. So you guys are going to, within due time, I'm going to contract these to you guys, and you'll be getting an Astero Scope Syndication skin sent straight to you in Jita 4.4. Hope you guys enjoy that skin. I hope you're able to show off that you are a very cool Astero pilot. Don't worry guys, there are going to be more of these Astero skin giveaways. I have in fact got more skins to give away, so in due time I'll announce another giveaway. I'm not exactly sure when, I'm pretty busy right now, but there are definitely more to come. Alright, that's enough for now. I did a few sites in this Polarized Vindicator. The Polarized Vindicator seems to work pretty good. The only thing is that you, in these like event sites, but the only problem is that you will maybe get into a bit of trouble when it comes to competition if you spawn very far away. If you spawn close to the boss, then you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. You should destroy the boss and outcompete almost anyone. Seems like an interesting alternative, at least. Like I would have wanted to use the Tech 2 Blaster Vindi, but then I was thinking, you know what? I'll maybe just I'll go and that's a big prepare build, but I'll just go Polarized instead. I want to go something a little bit different because I don't think a lot of people dare to go Polarized. Hope you guys enjoyed this video right here, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.